everyone, it's Sharana from Pay or Wait. And today I'm going to be reviewing Power Season 6, Episode 9, Scorched Earth. I'm sorry I'm late, you guys. I was out of town when this episode aired, so I'm just not catching up. But the good news is I've already watched this week's episode, so as soon as I'm done doing this, I'm going to go ahead and record Episode 10 so I can just make sure I get this to you guys back to back. So please bear with me because I will probably have to rely on my notes a lot during the course of this episode review because I watched it a whole week ago, so my bad. So guys, we know that Keisha was killed in the previous episode and Tommy trying to figure out what the hell is happening. So he takes Cash to go see his dad. He's gonna go stay with his dad. Y'all, why is Jesse Williams Cash daddy? And y'all brought Jesse Williams all the way up in here trying to make him look like he went to jail with all these tattoos on his neck. And then the only thing he gonna say is yo, I can't believe Keisha dead, yo. I was like, we really just did this? It was that necessary? I mean, I'm happy to see Jesse, okay? I was happy to see him, but I was just that's all he did this whole episode. So he kind of has a conversation with Tommy. He asks Tommy, is he going to come back? Is Cash ever going to see him again? Tommy says, I don't know. But he tells him that he's going to get to the bottom of who killed Keisha. And then, of course, Cash's dad tells him, when you find out, let me know what's good so we can run up on him. I mean, he didn't say all of that, but I'm just saying that's initially what he was implying the entire time. So maybe this isn't the last that we've seen of Cash's dad. Maybe he's going to come back once we find out, or once he actually find out, because we already know who the hell killed Keisha. But I don't know, I just thought it was really weird. But we see that after he leaves the house, that Detective Rodriguez, because she just don't stop, can't stop, won't stop. She reminds me of Sally Mae. She just don't know when to just give up. And so she basically says hey, I know you killed Keisha because she agreed to testify against you. And he was like, you don't know what you're talking about. She wasn't going to testify against me. And so she was like, okay, so if you didn't do it, who did? But she knows he doesn't actually know who killed Keisha at this point. And so we see that Ghost calls him because they're still trying to get their plan together to take out Jason. And so he tells them, please make sure the piece is where it's supposed to be. He says, okay, but we know that this isn't okay, that we can't trust, because it seems like Tommy is going to set him up. And we know towards the end of the episode that Tommy actually does end up setting him up. But in the meantime, we see that Tommy's crew gets arrested. He called his crew together. He told them to meet them at the spot, but they figured out what the spot was. And so they all got arrested, and they think that Tommy is the one who actually set them up, Spanky and Two Bits. So they wasn't having this. I don't know what the heck is about to happen at this point. But we see that Tommy is fed up. He's had enough. He goes to Keisha and Tariq, and Tasha and Tariq. Sorry, I'm mixing up Keisha and Tasha's name. So he goes to them and basically says hey, I'm just letting y'all know as a courtesy. I ain't asking for your permission, but Ghost needs to be stopped. And they was okay with it. He tell them he killed Keisha. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe. I said, bitch, are you serious? This is not the Academy Awards. What are you going to do when Tommy finds out that you killed her? I don't understand why you're lying about this. I mean, I do understand because Tommy is crazy. So, I kind of feel you, but I just feel like you should have really thought this through, or you should have just left the papers so he would know that she was actually going to, talk. So in the meantime, we're going to talk about Dre snitching behind, who I don't understand. Why is Dre still alive? Sir, you done had, you passed your 9 lives, okay? I don't understand why Dre is not dead. People have been killed for less on this show. So we see that he snitches to Rodriguez because they breathing down his neck trying to get any information they can because they just really trying to find a way to get rid of Ghost. So he tells her where Tommy's stash house is, which leads to Tommy's people being arrested. But because Tommy is so filled with rage and hate, he thinks that it's Ghost who did it, but it was really Dre who did it the entire time. I don't understand why they keep underestimating his snitching tendencies. So we see that he gets a call. He calls Jason to get in with Jason because he knows that Tommy's about to be taken down. Jason was like, oh no, to the hell no. You had your one chance and you didn't show up. And he was like, hey, but you're about to not have a connect. You're about to not have a distributor because Tommy and his people are about to get got. So he tells him, so he ends up getting a whole new crew trying to prepare for everything that's about to go down. He's sitting up here giving pep talks the other crews didn't last because of this and that. I said, sir, did y'all not look at his resume, his track record? He was just snitching for the feds. Does nobody notice? Why? I don't understand why you guys would want to follow him. But he acting like he a real boss now. So But in the meantime, this doesn't work because Jamie is like 10 steps ahead of him. He sets, so I'll get into that. Actually, I'll finish Dre out. It's whatever. Y'all already know what happened. This episode is 2 weeks old at this point. So we see that after Jamie ends up killing Jason, which we will get to when we talk about Ghost, we see that he drags his body up. He sends Dre a text message telling him to meet him at the rooftop. And then we see that this is all a plan for Ghost to pin the murder of Jason onto Dre, which works because he ends up getting arrested. But we see that before he gets arrested, he goes to Sax all raggedy behind to tell Sax what's going on. And then Sax basically asks him to plant evidence at Jamie's place. And this is the gun, the phone that they saw from Terry, because, you know, Tasha was up here. She was snitching too. So everybody was snitching this episode. Instead of it being called Scorched Earth, it should have been called When Snitching Goes Too Far. I feel like that's what the episode should have been called, but it is what it is. So in the meantime, Ghost, he's looking for a new space. He invites Ramona's little thirsty behind who just, girl, just already give it up to him. You just too much. And then Mrs. Walsh, who is the person that Tate was running against for governor. And so they basically tell him they want him to be her possible running mate. And then also, too, during the course of the episode, Ghost has to go meet with Tariq's teacher. Tasha said, I can't do it. You need to go by yourself. Like, I've been doing it all these years. And so then he tells him that how, you know, Tariq is such a stand-up student, how he's been working with his mom at the daycare, running the books and stuff like that, which lets Ghost know Tasha is probably teaching him the business, which sets him off. But in the meantime, we see that he meets with Jason and Tommy, and the whole plan was Ghost particularly wanted to show Jason this building to get him to the rooftop because there is no way that they will be able to have guns. So none of them will be strapped. But we see that Jason's partner tells him, like, you need to take this gun. I just don't trust it. Like, just make sure that you're protecting yourself. But he was like, I got it. I'm good. But we see that while they're in the elevator, Tommy should have planted a gun in the elevator, but he did not because he was trying to set him up. And Tommy sends Jason a text message saying Ghost is trying to kill you. They get into a scuffle in the elevator, but Jamie ends up strangling him, kills him, and that is when he comes up with the idea to set Dre up. So we see that after he comes home after this, he basically, well, in the meantime, he calls Tommy to be like, yo, what the F? Like, why did you just set me up? He's like, I know you killed Keisha. He was like, dude, I did not kill Keisha. Like, why are you tripping right now? And so basically, that's it. He knows that he set him up. He knows that he thinks that he's responsible for Keisha's death. He's trying to tell him that he's not doing it. But we know you can't tell Tommy nothing. Once he has an idea in his head, he is going to stick with that idea and carry it out until the end of time. So there is nothing at this point that Ghost could possibly do to change his mind. So we see that Benny is waiting for Ghost at truth. He's basically saying like, hey, like you lied about who killed Proctor. I need you to tell me who it was. And then he basically hints that like Tommy is basically Tommy, but he doesn't really tell him. But he was like, you know, Tommy had a weird look in his eye. And so this causes Benny to go investigate. And I was just like, this is one of the issues that I had with the episode. Y'all been talking Benny up since the beginning of time as Proctor's like crazy cousin who's involved with the mob. He's like this bad guy. Even Tommy was low-key shook and scared when he thought that like Benny knew that he killed him. So you mean to tell me this fool showed up before Tommy? So he's had time to plan this visit out. And after that little short scuffle, you mean to tell me this fool get stabbed with a knife and that's it? He dead? I just felt like that was just, I was like, why did they even like hype you up like this all these seasons? I don't even understand. I felt a little let down by how he died. Keisha had a better death than him. I was just like, that was just a waste of a whole scene. I just don't even understand. It was a waste of a storyline if this is all that was going to come out of Benny finding out who actually killed Proctor. I just thought it was really stupid, me personally. But we see that Ramona ends up playing both sides in the episode because they just don't like Tate. Tate don't like them. He doesn't want Jamie to have anything to do with his campaign anymore. So she basically sets him up, telling him that she's going to get rid of Ghost. She's okay with it. But then at the end of the episode, we see Ramona tells Tate that, hey, like Ghost is, I keep calling him Ghost, but Jamie, but y'all know who I'm talking about, that he's going to join Walsh in her campaign. And so this really just leads us to talk about Tasha. And it really hurt my soul. And there were some triggering moments between Ghost and Tasha in this episode that really bothered me. So we see that when Ghost first arrives at the daycare to be like, hey, we need to go to Tariq's school, meet with the teacher. We see that she was getting cash from one of her people. And then he was basically just like, bruh, please tell me that you're not out here selling drugs out of this damn daycare. And so after he has like the talk with the teacher, he was waiting for her. He wasn't even waiting for her at the door. He was sitting in the house, sitting at the table like, come on, sit down, because we got to talk. And so basically he asked her, does she have Tariq running product? And then he was like, because if so, I'm going to take all the kids from you. And then she was like, well, if you take the kids from me, then I'm going to tell them about Terry. And then, baby, when I said that man, like, roughed her up, because she was talking, she was, like, doing a neck, like, oh, really? Oh, really? You going to do that? And then, baby, when he roughed her up to that push her against that wall, that refrigerator, I said, first of all, that's a real sturdy refrigerator right there to withstand all of that. But I was just like, oh, my God, it looked like he was really going to kill her. Like, it looked like he thought about it for a moment. He just had that look in his eye. It's just, I've never seen anyone get under Ghost skin the way that Tasha does. But baby, when this is the part that triggered me, y'all. Let me get to the part that triggered me. When he told her, she was like, let go of me. And then he let go of her. And then he was like, if anything happens to him, like anything, it's on you. And then when he hit her like that, I was like, oh, I fell back. Because I feel like he did that. That was your mom used to do to you. Like when she would like hit you in your head, be like this, when she can't really beat you in public. I had braces. So my mom used to like to backhand me in my mouth if I said something slick. But when I got braces, she was like, I have to protect my investment. So she always be like, you better be lucky you got them braces in your mouth, or I would have slapped the taste out of your mouth right now. And then she'll do this when she do that. And I was just like, I felt triggered. I felt that. Like when he did that to her, that was just like, I have no respect left for you. I don't want nothing else to do with you. I do not care. You guys, that just really did something to my spirit when he hit her finger like that. And he did it here too. I would just, it was just so much. It was just too much. So basically after this altercation that they have, he calls and snitches on her to the police saying that somebody is running drugs out of the daycare. So Detective Rodriguez and them doing a search warrant, all this stuff. And I was like, yo, we really in this episode snitching on everybody. It's like, it ain't no rules to the game no more. Ghost, you really snitching? Are you serious? All the stuff that she knows about you and you gonna snitch on her? But I'm sure he's probably doing this because they're still married. She can't testify against him. But we see that this got her heated. She done lost her little peoples. The girl said, boo-boo, I ain't got time to be involved in this mess because like you in over your head, honey. And so she ends up telling, we see that Rodriguez and Sachs, they get together again, go to Tasha's house. And Tasha snitched and told them where to find Silver's body. I was like, bruh. But first of all, riddle me this. Tasha, you've been going in on Jamie this entire season about how you know he killed Terry. You can't prove it. And so if you really love Terry and you know where he hides the bodies, you didn't want to go find your man. You didn't want to make sure your man can have a proper burial, that his family can find his body. Like that. Tasha, you don't be seeming loyal to me. You don't seem loyal at all. That just bothered me. I was just like, I don't even understand at this point. So we see that this new boo Q, who I just don't understand why he's so invested in Tasha. Like, y'all ain't had sex, so I can't say he got that good and want to keep coming back. So he ends up talking to her, and then he sees the bruise on her arm. He was like, your ex-husband did that to you? Yo, I'm gonna take care of you, girl. I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna handle this. I said, boy, if you don't sit your ass down, do you know how many of her dudes then got killed by her husband? Like, or by proxy of her husband? Stop it. I feel like he's working for like the drug dealer she's running wait for, or Tate, somebody, because some just don't seem right why you care so much right now, which is way too much for me. But in the meantime, we see that Tariq ends up talking to Tasha, and he asks her, like, did you kill I'm gonna say it loud, like, y'all, did you kill Keisha? And she basically ends up telling her the truth. And then he says, like, hey, like, I'm going to help you. Like, I'm always gonna take care of you. Like, he ain't gonna never put his hands on you again. And we see that he actually goes to confront Ghost at Truth. And he basically ends up telling him, like, you don't care about nobody but yourself. You might have gave me life, but you're not my effing father. And I was like, I mean, he didn't say it like, you know, with all the umph that I just put into it, but it's basically like what he said. But I was just like, you know what? I actually enjoyed Tariq this episode. I enjoyed his acting. I enjoyed how he kind of handled situations. I was a little thrown off because I was just like, so Tariq could just curse to y'all now? Like, I understand he's selling drugs, but there has to be some type of respect in this household. Because he like, don't effing lie to me. I was just like, oh, so we sitting up here telling our parents, like, what you can and can't say. I was just like, the parenting these days, I just don't understand how he has his freedom. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a decent episode. I liked this whole thing with Sax and the police. Like, at this point, they just like, we've been trying to get this man for 6 seasons, y'all. We just got to resort to some dirty tactics to get this done. And then I want to see what happens when Tommy finds out that Tasha is the one who killed Keisha, because he gonna lose it. He gonna kill Tasha. I think he gonna kill Tasha, and I think that Tariq's gonna end up killing Tommy. I really think that's how all of that is going to go down. But yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see what they do. Well, now I know what they did. We're going to get to that in this next video. But yeah, those are pretty much my thoughts on the episode. I don't know how Dre's still alive. Still trying to figure that out. Tate said, hey, I ain't going out with a bang. So y'all might have beat me, but it ain't over till it's over. So I want to see what Tate got a piss leave. Is Ramona going to get her draws up to Jamie finally? Actually, she's been trying to do that. Is Jamie going to take the drawers, you know, as we would say, because she just been throwing it up. She might as well just have her legs wide open every time he come in the room. But yeah, I think it's real interesting. Can't wait to see what happens. They done found Terry's body. Is he about to go down? What he gonna do when he realized what Tasha did? I just don't know. But those are my thoughts on Power Season 6, Episode 9, Scorched Earth. As always, my name is Sharana from Para Waits, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit the notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. I'll see you soon.